Let's have a look at the problem solving and reasoning questions from our semester 1 exams. The first is about Bob, who has a job washing cats. $100 a month plus $5 for each cat that he washes. So how much does he pay if he washes 30 cats in a month? Well, he's going to get paid. So he's going to get paid $100 for working for the month plus 30 times 5. So we have to do the multiply first. 35 is 150 plus 100 is 250. He's going to earn $250. For B, 40 cats over 2 months. So his pay is going to be 2 by 100 plus 40 cats at $5 a cat, which is going to end up being 200 plus 200. He's going to be $400 better off. And the last, how much does he get paid over a year of cat washing? So that's 12 months in a year, so 12 times 100 plus 550 times 5. I might just use a calculator to help me here. Just to double check, 550 multiplied by 5 is 2,750 plus the 1,200, the $100 a month, should equal 3,950 is his pay. Next question. A local mayor in Longreach. There's a road between Longreach and Betoota, 250, so it goes directly north. So if we want, you don't have to do this, north, south, east, west. So directly west for 250 kilometres. It's not quite directly west, but let's just pretend. Directly north for 100 kilometres. Okay, how much if there was a straight line built in here? How much would this distance be? So we can look at this. There's probably a couple of ways we could use. We'd say this is certainly a right angle triangle because it's gone from west to north, and we could maybe find out this angle using tan and then use cos to work out what x is. But the easiest is this rule that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. When you've got a right angle triangle, the two smallest sides squared, size A and size B, has got to equal the hypotenuse squared. So let's have a look at this. 250 squared plus 100 squared equals c squared. So let's have to do a little bit of calculating here. Times 250 equals, so 62,500, 62,500. 100 squared, I think, is going to equal 10,000. When we add 62,500 plus 10,000, we get 72,500. And now we've got to take, so C is going to equal the square root of 72,500. I'm hoping that the calculator I had open before might have that, so let's clear. Square root of 7,2,500 is going to equal 270 kilometres. You can put that to 2 decimal places if you want. 270, I'm going to round it to 220 equals distance C. Next one. Okay, you've got a map. So you've got a Cartesian plane. So Cartesian planes have positive and negative and negative. So town A is found at the point -1, -1. So if we say this is -1, -1, this is going to be the town A, right in that point here. Right, -1, -1. Town B is at the point 7, 4. So you go 7 along the x-axis, 4 on the y. That's going to be town B. And they want to put a service station halfway between there. So halfway is, we use the rule for the midpoint. Okay, and what we're going to do there, for the x value, the x midpoint, it's going to equal xa plus xb divided by 2. So we're going to have negative 1 plus 7 divided by 2. Negative 1 plus 7 is going to be 6. 7 minus 1 is 6 divided by 2. So the midpoint is going to be, the x value is going to be 0.3. Let's do the same thing for the y over here. Okay, so it's going to be ya plus yb divided by 2. So our points are negative 1 and 4. So negative 1 plus 4 divided by 2. So negative 1 plus 4 is going to be 3 divided by 2. So 3 halves. The y is going to be 3 halves. So the point is going to be 3, 3 over 2, or 1.5, or 1.5. And that's where the service station should be built between the two towns. Okay, another taxi trip question. Right, so taxi charges $4 to start a trip and $1.20 per kilometre. So the cost of a trip, we can write this as a rule, equals $4 plus $1.20 times the number of kilometres. So it asks a question, if the fare is $16, how far is it going to be? So let's substitute the cost is 16 equals 4 plus 1.2 times the number of kilometres. Let's subtract 4 from both sides to get rid of that. So we've got 12 equals 1.2 by the number of kilometres. Now we can divide both sides by 1.2. 12 divided by 1.2 is going to give us 10 equals the number of kilometres. So that's the trip distance. Trip equals 10 kilometres. Next one. She has to go from work to home, but a different way because of roadworks. How much further? Let's just emphasise how much further so we don't forget about it. Let's think about what we've got to do there. So we've got that $18.40 equals 4 plus 1.2 by the number of kilometres. We worked out that rule early on. So let's just label this as A, this is B, just so I can get some marks for my nice neat setting out. Take 4 from, subtract 4 from both sides, so we've got 14.4 equals 1.2 by the number of kilometres. Now we can say, okay, to find the number of kilometres, divide both sides by 1.2. 14.4 divided by 1.2. I'll just double check, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be 12. 14.4 divided by 1.2 does equal 12. So the number of kilometres home equals 12. Equals distance. Now we've got to be careful here we answer the question properly, because it asks us how much further, therefore, the trip is 12 minus 10. This trip is 12 kilometres, original trip is 10 kilometres, so it's 2 kilometres further. Okay. And now, Alice's trip from home to work has always been $16. Always $16. Now adds an extra fare of $1 for every minute when the taxi is not moving, and the extra fare is $22.50. So for this one, we can say what's $22.50 minus the normal fare of $16. So that's an extra $6.50 that is about not moving this trip. And because the cost is $1 per minute, that equals 6.5 minutes not moving. Okay. The last couple of questions here, where we go to practice hitting golf balls. Okay, there's a discount package. They pay an annual fee of $100. They buy the first 50 buckets of ball for $10 each, or they can pay, and then they pay $5 each. Otherwise, they pay $15 per bucket of ball. Now, I'm going to use the discount and spend $850 over the course of of the year. How many buckets have we used here, right? So let's think about this. 850. They have to pay minus, take off the $100 annual fee equals $750 buying balls. Now, the first 50 buckets is $10 each. So now we can say $750 minus $500 leaves $250. So this is after 50 buckets. Now we have the buckets are $5 each. So $250 divided by 5 is another $50 buckets. So the total number of buckets that have been hit are the 50 buckets here at $10 each and $50 at here. So we've hit 100 buckets of balls. That's A. Now, Amy wants to go and hit a bucket of balls every week, should she sign up for the discount. So let's say that's 52 weeks. So without a discount, she's going to pay 52 times 15, which, if I just pinch my calculator, is going to be 52 times 15, $780. So for that, she's got her 52 buckets of balls. Now, if she spends $100 sign-up fee, and then $500 on the first 50 buckets. She's only got 50 buckets at this stage. She's still got another 2. So it's going to be another $10 for the last 2 buckets. The total here, if she uses the discount, is with $100 to sign up, the $500 for the first 50 and $10 for the next 2, which is going to be $610. So she should take the $610. Now, the last question asks us to do a graph of how much it costs a person for a different number of buckets of balls. So if they sign up for the discount, by the time they buy 0 balls, they've still paid $100 to pay the 1 membership. By the time they have 20 buckets of balls, it's going to be 100 plus 20 times 10, which is going to be $300 in total. 40 buckets is going to be the $100 plus 40 times 10, which is going to be $500. 60 buckets becomes a little bit trickier because there's going to be 50 buckets at 10, 500, plus 10 at $5 each. So it's going to be for the buckets of balls alone, 550 plus the sign-up fee is going to be 650. For the next one, 80 buckets, it's going to be $100 sign-up, first 50 buckets going to be 500, 100 plus 500 plus another 30, which is going to be another 150. So it's going to be $750. And 100 buckets, $100 sign-on, $500 for the first 50, $250 for the next, so it's going to be $850. And so if we are going to draw a quick graph of this, and I haven't done a great job of this, if we start, it's going to start at $100 here. It's going to rise most steeply up to 50 buckets of balls, and then it's going to become a little bit flatter as we graph that. That leaves us one question to do. I'll do that on the next